With the volume of information growing on a daily basis, product teams, analysts, and marketers feel the pressure to keep track of information that can impact their company, market, and even their careers. It's common for processes and tools to limit their information gathering to known sources and historical information. But the market isn't going into the past, it's rocketing towards the future. Cronycle is here to help you shift your vision forward while avoiding information bubbles and missed opportunities. This video series is intended to put you in control of the information you see, letting you discover, harvest, and share exactly the right information and emerging trends as they become important. In this video, we'll be covering one of the two most important ways to make sure your Cronycle feeds are working hard for you, saving you hours and even days. There are two ways to narrow the focus of the information you see to increase relevancy. The first is to improve your sources and topics. The other is to refine what you see with filters. Filters allow you to include, exclude, and prioritize the content you see. Let's begin by improving the Cronycle topics and sources in your feeds. Feeds can aggregate content from a variety of places, including Cronycle topics, which are a curated list of more than 80,000 subjects, leveraging a network of experts in their fields, and supported and scaled with industry-leading AI. Freeform search, RSS feeds, and Twitter handles. The content you see in your feeds is published across millions of websites, but Cronycle topics filter the 2% most relevant content, giving you a jumpstart on narrowing what you see to the right information. Do you have the right topics and sources in your feed? Let's start by excluding topics or sources that you don't want. Within your feed, find an example of content that you don't want. Hover over the provenance icon for that item. A T for topics, a bird icon for Twitter, or the RSS logo. You'll see here how this information ended up in your feed to begin with. If the same source or topic keeps appearing, that's noise. Check to see if this topic or source is giving you the most relevant content. If what you're seeing isn't worth your time, you can remove it from your feed settings. Cronycle helps you focus the content you see in a number of ways. One is by deduplicating content in your feeds to keep them from getting cluttered by repeated information. Another is by only allowing 5 topics per feed. This helps keep your information discovery appropriately narrowed and on track. However, if a topic brings both value and noise, you have the ability to adjust your feed with alternatives to amplify the value. To do this, go to the topic page and explore more specific topics. Use related articles and influencer topics to help you do this. A good set of topics and sources is your first and most critical step. But you can focus your feed and reduce noise further with filters. Included keywords can help you get content relevant to a subtopic, or at the intersection of 2 topics. In your feed, click on Keywords in the menu. Type the expressions you want mentioned, one at a time. Remember, keywords are specific, not fuzzy. If you add health care as 2 words, you'll miss out on content that mentions it as 1 word. It's best to use both singular and plural versions of a keyword for this reason. Exclusion filters increase your efficiency when monitoring for a name used in another or in multiple contexts. For example, if you're monitoring the nonprofit CDP, you'll probably also get content for the customer data platform by the same name. In this case, you'd exclude keywords like customer data to narrow back to information about the climate change nonprofit you were looking for. Sometimes refining your feed further calls for an advanced keyword filter. You can create an advanced keyword filter from the Keyword Filter dropdown. Here, you can include content mentioning several expressions with the AND operator, exclude only content mentioning several expressions using the AND NOT operator, and combine expressions with Boolean operators. Once done, press Save to apply the changes to your feed. Need to review your filters? You can do so at any time by clicking on the Filters button in the feed's Quick Actions to review all of your filters in a dedicated panel. With Cronycle, you can filter content across 9 of the most popular business languages. By default, we include all languages in your feeds. Adding one or several languages to your filters allows you to eliminate content in any other languages that aren't useful to you. Feed alerts ensure you see timely updates about important information surfaced in your feeds. Alerts are delivered as emails and as in-app notifications. Real-time alerts are only available for enterprise users and are accessed from each feed's setting panel under Alerts. Cronycle supports 2 different methods of alerting: keywords and sharing thresholds. You can use either of these on their own or combine them for an even more refined alerting. For keyword-based alerts, expand the section Trigger by Keywords and add the expressions you want mentioned in the title or body that will trigger the alert. In the next section, you can set the threshold for the minimum number of shares for the trigger. This trigger threshold will correspond to the number of influencers in the expertise network that shared the content for the alert. You can block domains from your feed, like those with low-quality content or those with content not valuable to you. The easiest way to do this is to hover over the domain name in the feed view, then click Block Domain. This adds the domain to the blocked list in the Filters panel, where you can add or remove domains as needed. Once added to blocked domains, no further content from that domain will appear in your feed. In some cases, information you want is published on specific domains. For example, academic publication sites, press releases, filings, and so on. In these situations, you'll save a lot of time with a domain filter. Let's use the example of preprints related to COVID-19. This feed surfaces over 100 items a day, including a few preprints. To focus on those only, go to the domain filter in the filter panel and list the preprint domains you want to monitor. Anything published elsewhere will now be excluded. In addition to the previous filtering topics, there are several other filter features that can be useful. Prioritizing content. You can prioritize information that raises the most interest in the Cronycle Expertise Network to ensure you aren't missing anything major. Simply sort your feed by Expertise Network shares. Now, for each 24-hour time frame, the most shared items will appear first in your feed. Filtering by content type. As you can see, there are different types of content in Cronycle feeds that you can filter easily. Unseen content. Looking to find the content you haven't seen yet? Look for content with the green outline. This green outline indicates that this is content that hasn't yet been displayed to you. Once viewed, the green outline will disappear within seconds. These items are now marked as seen. If you want to see only those items that you haven't seen yet, you can filter to show only unseen content. You can also show the oldest content first in your feed. Set this way, as you scroll down, events unfold from the past to the present. Remember, Cronycle does not show content that is older than 6 months. Filtering to the content shared by top thought leaders. If you don't need an exhaustive view of a topic, you can further reduce a topic to just the top thought leaders. Set your filter to view only the top 20 or 100 influencers in the topic. Ad hoc search. Ad hoc search lets you search for words or expressions used in the title or body of the feed content. Results of ad hoc searches are highlighted in yellow with some context. Time filter. The time filter lets you limit your current feed view to a specific time frame in terms of publish date. To access this, click on the calendar icon. You can export the results of your filters once you have searched and applied them. You can also easily see content trends within Cronycle. Graphing allows you to visually identify the volume of shares for content in each feed and quickly spot trends. We hope you've enjoyed this video on better using filters within Cronycle. Other videos in this series, such as saving information to boards to better harvest insights from the content you find, can be found on our tutorial page. If you have any questions or feedback, please don't hesitate to contact us. If you found this video helpful, please share it with other Cronycle users or with others looking for an efficient way to discover, harvest, and share important content and intelligence.